Hello, everyone. So it seems like it has been forever since I've seen y'all. Let me readjust myself here. I don't know what happened to my sweater. All right. So I am so happy to be back here on here with you all. Words can't even express. It's been a while. So I'm really happy to be doing this, but I also know that I am way out of practice. So I just appreciate y'all popping in. And as you come in, make sure that you say hello. Let me know that you're here because, in true Facebook fashion, I am not always told who's here and who isn't and all that kind of good stuff. So make sure you say hello when you come in. Let me know you're here. Let me know that you can hear me, that the view is okay, all that kind of good stuff. Just let me know that everything's good. Okay. So thank you guys so much for popping in. So just so you know, and I mentioned this earlier and my girl Jenny says, bring it, because I said this might be an ouch today for a lot of people. And the only reason why I know that is because it was an ouch to me. Okay. I can tell you this is all God's doing, because literally it just started popping into my head and it made me cringe on many of the things. So I have no doubt that it might make you cringe. And I'm going to see if I need to put a comment here myself because I'm not seeing the comments. So I want to see if that will allow them to suddenly start showing. So just in case y'all have put some comments there, I've not seen them yet. And I really hope that the comments come through because, y'all, this is going to be interactive today as well. So, so make sure that you send some comments my way because I'm not sure what's happening. There's Jenny. All right. Thank you all, because I was not getting any of those. Thank you. Y'all are awesome. All right. So I guess that needed to happen in order. I don't know. So, needless to say, I did write all this down. Now, I know you guys aren't really used to me using notes when I do these trainings, because much of it is usually coming from me, since this, in my opinion, did not come from me. I'm going to need to read. So I hope you don't mind. I have my little notebook. See this fun notebook, y'all? All right. So the first question, or I should say the first thing that I do want to just quickly say, okay, today I am wanting to talk to the business owners, not hobbyists. And the reason I say not hobbyist is because if you're doing this business as a hobby, y'all don't need me. Okay, you don't need anything that I have to say here today because it's not going to pertain to you. So I'm talking to specifically those who are doing this business as a business. Okay, so those are the people that I'm talking to today. And so the first thing that I want to ask is, how many of you are full-time in Premier or wish to be? Desire to be? If you're full-time or you want to be full-time, comment down below for me. Let me know, because as I said, for those of you who are not doing this business full-time or may not want to do this business full-time, this may not pertain to you today. Okay. So I'm specifically talking to those of you who are full-time or desire to be. If that is you, put a comment in the comment stream for me. Okay. And I'm going to give a second because we all know there's a 30 to 45 second delay from the time that y'all comment till I can see it. Okay. All right. Hey, Katie girl. Awesome. So we have several. Yay. Okay. Then that means that I have some beefs to talk to today, right? Okay. So the next question that I have is, how many of you have a calendar that is currently lacking in the number of home shows that you need and or want each month. If this represents you, put a 1 in the box so that I know that's a little bit different than those of you who would have been saying me because you want to be full-time or you are full-time. Hey, Jennifer, good to see you too, girl. All right. So if you have a calendar that is lacking the number of home shows that you need and or want, put a 1 in the box for me. Okay. All right. We've got some 1s coming. All righty. Okay. Now, third question. All right. I told y'all this is going to be really interactive today. Okay. So third question. How many of you dream of a larger premier family than you currently have? Put a 2 in the box. How many of you dream of a larger premier family than you currently have? Put a 2 in the box. Kristen, look, girl, that's what I always think about, right? Who doesn't want more, right? Okay. But so number 3 is how many of you dream of a larger premier family than you currently have? Put a 2 in the box. All right. Okay, look, we got some 2s. All right, we got one more. One more. Well, for this part. I'm not letting y'all off that easy, right? Okay, so the next one is, how many of you feel you do not know enough people and that you have already burned out your family and friends? Put a 3 in the box. If you feel you don't know enough people and you've already burned out your family and friends, put a 3 in the box. Okay. Put a 3 in the box. If you feel you don't know enough people and you've already burned out those family and friends. Is there any 3s? Is there any 3s? I'm not seeing any yet, just so you know. There's some. Okay. All right. And y'all, my eye is, I am like watering something terrible today. Okay. Kim says I can't put enough 3s. Okay. All right. Now, here's where I want you to be super honest with yourself. And for those of you who dare put, to be honest with us here, I want you to put I'm ready to be honest down in the box because I'm going to ask you some questions. So if you are ready to truly be honest with yourself and if you are ready to be honest with everyone here, put I'm ready to be honest in the box. And I'm going to give a second because I know that takes a little bit longer to type out than just a 1, 2, or 3 or me. All right. So, and listen, if you're ready to be honest, you got to promise that you're going to actually be honest. Okay. All right. Because here's the thing. Sometimes we say we're ready. And then when it actually comes time to be honest, we kind of pull back because it makes us cringe. Okay. All right. Okay. So you ready for this? All right. The first thing is, how much time on average are you currently working your business each day or each week? And I'm referring to business building, which means that you're actively seeking new business, people, etc. Okay? How much time on average are you currently working your business each day or each week, however you want to break it down? Okay? And I really want you to put your info in the comment stream for this one. Okay? Actually, for all of these coming up. Sorry. All right. So I'm going to repeat that again just in case because it looks like we've had some people pop in. How much time on average are you currently working your business each day or each week? However it is that you want to word it. Okay. All right. And if you're, and make sure you put for me if you're saying per day or per week. Okay. So Miss Brandy Butler, could you clarify for me? Is that for, weekly? Just, I'm guessing, but okay. Okay. All right. So I've gotten quite a few that are saying not enough. Not enough. Can't put a time on it as I don't track it. Okay. All right. Now, mind you, and this is going back to, correct, not doing shows or hostess coaching, because really, I mean, that is still business maintaining, if you will. That's not seeking new business. That's maintaining the business that you already have. Okay. Okay. All right. The next one is, ready? How many people have you reached out to just this week about hosting a show? Okay. So just this week about hosting a show, whether that be a show, an event, a fundraiser, a Facebook show, to participate in a vendor event that somebody's offering, whatever. How many people have you reached out to this week regarding getting more events on your calendar? Brandy says 5. Awesome. Okay, we have a none. Let's see, what else do we have coming through? 0. 7 to 8. Good job, Kristen. All right. See if there's a few more here. 6. Okay, so we do have some people who have been, okay. But I think what you'll find is that many of us are not typically reaching out to people. Okay, I will just say first and foremost, I am so guilty of this. Now, much of it is because I do fairly well on getting bookings at my shows. So I don't always think about reaching out to people in between, because my goal is to leave each show with 3 shows. And when that happens, then I kind of come home and it's like, oh, I don't have any homework. I don't have anything I have to do. Da, 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 da. You feel me? Okay. But really, I should still be reaching out to people, because I still have months in my upcoming calendar that aren't as full as I'd like them to be. And for me to think for 1 second that, well, at that next show, I have several shows coming up. So at those shows, I'll get more shows and be able to book those times, whatever. I need to not rely on that. Okay. I need to not rely on that. But I also got to stop spending so much time on just this one. All right. The other thing is, how many people have you shared the business opportunity with just this week? Okay. Kristen says, I feel like it's feast or famine with shows. 5 for November, 0 for December, and 2 for January. Listen, I feel ya, because we, as an example, in the month of October, we had 13 events on our calendar. And then I'm looking at November's going, there's only 6 compared to the 13. Now, our goal is generally 8 per month is what we usually shoot for. But I keep even looking at that going, I don't know why that's, like, I understand having the goal of a minimum of 8, but I have to stop going, well, I have 8, so I'm good. Or I have 13, so I'm good. I should still be attempting to do something. You know what I'm saying? Okay. All right. So we've had some 0, none, shared 1, reached out to 3. Awesome. Okay. All right. Siobhan, good. Invited over 30 to an OP on Thursday. That is awesome. You'll have to let me know how you make out with that. Is that an OP that you're doing yourself, or is that like something of a leader doing something, etc.? Kim. Okay, so Kim says 0. Honestly, I'm still trying to jumpstart my business. I don't feel confident in helping someone else start theirs. Listen, girl, I'm telling you, you don't even realize this yet, because you can't know what you don't know. You get me? Okay, you can't know what you just don't know. But what I'm telling you is, your business will have an even better chance of succeeding if you basically grab a friend and bring her along with you, and y'all learn this business together and you do things together. Because here's what happens. When that occurs, when you bring somebody in before you even feel fully ready, suddenly you get yourself ready, for one. Okay. For 2, there may be, yes, I am wearing trendy as a choker. That's okay. So here's the thing. She may come up with questions that you haven't even yet thought of, that you hadn't even come across yet. And you might find that you start learning things much more quickly than what you would have had it just been you. Not to mention, you also have your upline. Your upline is there to help you make sure that that girl gets trained as well. So it does not only fall on your shoulders to make sure that you are helping her. Okay, it does not only fall on your shoulders. So trust me when I tell you it is so much more fun to start this business and have a girlfriend to be like a running buddy with you, that y'all can be growing and learning at the same time, than just kind of feeling like you're doing it all on your own. So don't let that hold you back. Please don't let that hold you back. Okay. All right. On to the next one. All right. How many things have you done this week? For those of you who said that you struggle with, you feel like you've already burned out your family and friends and you don't know anybody and that kind of thing. Okay. How many things have you done this week to meet new people? Okay. How many new people have you met for the very first time this week? All right. Or perhaps got reacquainted with, if maybe you hadn't spoken to them in a really long time. Okay. So think about that as well. Okay. And I'm curious to see if anybody has anything here, because, I feel like we tend to kind of get into our own little groove of things. And by the way, I'm just forewarning y'all. I don't know how short this is going to be. I know I usually tried to keep you guys to a maximum of 30 minutes, but I'm just saying, when the good Lord speaks and I just start writing things down, no idea. Okay. So I'm just saying. All right. So Jennifer says just at the shows that she did and that kind of thing. Okay. Awesome. All right. Okay, Brandy says, joined her local American Legion Women's Auxiliary. Awesome. Katie messaged a couple of people about vendor events. Awesome. Yay, yay, yay. But anyway, so I feel like sometimes we tend to get stuck in our kind of routine of literally doing the same thing week in, week out, that we're not really giving ourselves an opportunity to meet people. And even the opportunities that we have to meet people, such as going to the store, going to the post office, going here, going there, wherever. Is it just me, or do most of us tend to kind of keep our heads down and we just get in there, go do what we need to do, and we get out? Like, it's kind of like, oh, you know what? I'm not going to spend time like browsing, or even like looking at people. I'm just like let me get my stuff. Let me get out. All right. I don't know if that happens to anybody else, but I can tell you that I'm guilty of it more times than I would like to be. I'm definitely better than I used to be, because for those of you who don't know me, I am a natural introvert, which you may find weird, but it's kind of, you got to do what you got to do, right? So, but naturally, I am an introvert. I am a phlegmatic by nature, with a little bit of sanguine tossed in there, which is a really kind of strange combination. So if I know you, if I'm comfortable with you, then I am all about having fun. If I don't know you, then I am all about like avoiding eye contact and things like that. So it's really, really kind of strange how that goes down. Kelly Chan just put something here, but it's not showing me the whole thing. I'll have to come back to that. Okay. Cindy, I feel you. Look, I would rather, like, I don't mind being places, but like, I'm kind of the one that like, I'll go and I just kind of stay to myself. I focus only on people that I already know. So like when I walk into, as an example, if I'm invited to a party, you know what the first thing is that I do? I go in and I look for the people that I know, and I will gravitate toward them, and they will literally be the only people that I will talk to unless somebody else starts a conversation with me. Like, that's just, I don't like being that way, and I try to push myself out of my comfort zone many times, just so that I can get that potential interaction with other people, but it's not natural to me. Okay, so please know and understand that. All right. Now, these are where the kind of ouch moments start to come into play if you haven't already had any. Okay, so do you realize that if we want to be in this full time, if we want to be in this business full time, then our job is to get out and seek new business, not just to serve those who have already sought us out. Example of booking a show at a show. Like they've already found you. They don't need any assistance there. Your job is just now to build a relationship with them and do your very best to make sure that you're there to serve them. That's not what I'm referring to. What I'm referring to is our job is to make sure that we are also getting out and seeking new business, finding people who need us and or want us and don't even realize it yet. Okay. Finding new people that we can serve that we have never come in contact with before. That is our job. Okay. And we should be putting in full-time hours and or efforts to get our business where we want it to be and then continue to maintain it, at least to maintain it, if not continue to grow it. Okay. But we don't want, our biggest thing is we don't want it to do kind of this backsliding thing because we stop getting out and meeting new people. Okay. Because we need to make sure that we're doing that. Have y'all ever heard the saying that like when you're out of a job, then your job is to find a job until you find a job? Have y'all ever heard that? Okay, well, the same can be said for our business. It's the same thing. When you are out of business or your business is not where it should be or where you desire for it to be, okay, then your job becomes looking for business until your business is where you want it. And then your job is to keep working your business and keep doing what you did to get there. Does that make sense? All right. We have to remember to not treat our businesses like it's the lottery. And unfortunately, there are many, many, many people in direct sales in general. I'm not even saying just in Premier because this is like across the board for direct sales. Okay. People have this mentality of, well, I'll just invest a little bit of money and then I'm going to cross my fingers and hope that something comes out of it. Okay. How many times have you heard people say, well, I'll give it a shot and see what happens? Okay. Listen, it's a business and it must be worked. And because you are self-employed, that means it requires you to be the one doing the work. Okay. So this means that we cannot use uplines as an excuse. We cannot use downlines as an excuse for what our business is or is not doing. All right. Some of you know my story, which was that my upline was out of state and they all worked full-time jobs. Okay. I didn't. I was a stay-at-home mom. I had a ridiculous amount of time on my hands when I first started doing this business, and I was constantly trying to work it. But of course, I was working it during the day when my kids were at school and when David was at work. So therefore, I was having questions all during the day. Well, I couldn't very well reach out to my upline who was at their full-time job and be like, so, hey, do you have any other suggestions for booking ideas or places I can go to kind of get my name out there? Or, how do I enter this or what do I do there? So y'all, I had to really do this on my own because if I was going to do it at the speed that I was able to do it, then I had to become self-sufficient. I had to go find the answers. And y'all, that was also why I started the Premier Designs Jewelers Only group, because I felt like there has got to be other people out there like me who have uplines that are not always easily accessible, that perhaps they could post a question or post an idea and it could help somebody out immediately. Okay. So that was kind of where that whole thing came from. Now, as you know, a couple years back, I stepped down from admin of that and handed it over because I needed to focus on my own business and make sure that I was doing what I needed to do. Okay. But you have to ask yourself, by the way, thank you, Natalie. I just saw that. You also need to make sure that you're remembering, and this was something that we heard from Gary Googe over and over and over again this past weekend when he was here, was that, you have to develop this, if it's meant to be, it's up to me kind of attitude. Don't wait for your upline. Don't allow yourself the excuses and the mindset of, well, I could be more successful if my upline did this. And my income each month could be better if my downline was working their businesses more. Does that make sense? Okay. What necklace do I have the pendant on? This is the trendy choker. The trendy bracelet that can be used as a choker. Thank you. I had to think for a second. Okay. So the other thing is that, yes, when it comes to look, I might have you guys pretty close to 30 minutes. Awesome. Thank you so much for that. So yes, being your own boss. Okay. Some of the perks that everybody looks at is they want to be their own boss because they, A, want financial freedom, and B, want flexibility of schedule, right? Would that be fair to say that's probably one of the biggest reasons, or two of the biggest reasons rather, why you wanted to be your own boss, right? Because you want to develop that financial freedom and you like the idea of being able to have flexibility with your schedule. Can I get an amen on that? Okay. Because that is what we all wanted coming in as a self-employed business owner. Okay. Those were two things that we were looking forward to, right? Okay. So here's the thing. You have to also understand that in order to achieve the financial freedom, you have to put in some time. You have to put in the effort. You have to put in the hard work in order to get to a point where you're going to be able to enjoy that financial freedom. It doesn't happen just because we sign up and have a jeweler number. Okay? It happens because we put in the time and the effort and the hard work. All right? You also should be very aware by now that you absolutely can have a flexibility of schedule in the sense of you can really work your business around your current lifestyle. However, make sure that you're finding time to do your business in your current lifestyle. Okay? Because many times, here's what I hear sometimes. I'm just so busy. I'm just so busy. I don't know. I just haven't had time to work my business. Okay, but here's the thing. We are all busy. All right. We truly are. We are all busy. I don't care who you are. We are all busy. But guess what? We get to choose what we're going to make ourselves busy with. All right. So here's the thing. Yes, it's wonderful that you can work your business around your current lifestyle, but you have to work your business. And there may even be times, yes, where you might have to sacrifice some certain things in your life so that you can have time to work your business. Okay? So here's the thing. We're all busy. There's no question. We're all busy, but are we busy doing the productive things, or are we just busy? All right. So in order to have time and more time to work your business, guess what? You might have to give some things up. You might have to give up the time that you are just randomly scrolling through Facebook and finding yourself watching silly cat videos. Okay. Just a little conviction there for me. Just saying. Okay. All right. So you might have to spend less time playing Candy Crush. You might have to spend less time playing whatever this mystery game is that I constantly get umpteen million requests for helping this person find out, solve a case and this and that. Y'all. I don't do that. I don't do that. I do partake in Candy Crush on occasion. And it's but that is like my mind numbing time. Okay. So, but here's the thing. You might have to watch the amount of time that you're spending on Facebook, just scrolling. Okay. You might have to avoid those games that we tend to find ourselves spending ridiculous amounts of time just mindlessly playing these games. Okay. And listen, a lot of times people will use the excuse of, but you know what? Games really help with like, the hand-eye coordination. They really help with, just kind of keeping your mind focused and everything else. You know what else helps keep our mind focused? Working our business and reading self-help books and training and all those kind of things. All those things also help train our brain and get focus and all that kind of good stuff. All right. So we can't give in to all those little things. It might also mean spending less time binge watching and doing Netflix marathons. All right. Listen, again, I enjoy a great series just as much as the next person. Okay. Not even going to lie about that. But I also, it blows my mind when people have enough time to literally, sit and binge watch, 4 seasons of shows, in anticipation for the next season coming out. Who has that kind of time? Okay? I don't. All right? You might have to watch how much volunteering you're doing when you feel like you have to volunteer for every single school, work, and church event. Now, I'm not saying don't volunteer because that is a great thing to do. But you have to be careful that you are not totally overdoing it and totally overwhelming your schedule so much that you have no time to work your business. That's not going to be helpful because here's the thing. While volunteering is wonderful, is volunteering going to give you the business that you need? Is volunteering going to put food on your table? Okay, those kind of things. So yes, volunteering is great, but wait, can I just point something out? And maybe it's just because of the time, but can I just point out that since we started talking about the things that people might have to give up, do y'all know that we went from 32 viewers, I think it was, down to 21? So how funny is that? That just, I don't know. That just makes me wonder if it was kind of nope, don't want to hear this part. Or if it's just timing. I don't know. Just found it, a little strange. You might also have to set aside certain hobbies for a time, especially if those hobbies mean that you are literally just doing it in your house. Okay. If your hobby is you just sitting and crocheting, all right, in your own house, and you're just sitting and crocheting blankets for anybody and everybody who might ever want one. Again, that might not be a good hobby to stick with when your business is dwindling down to nothing. Okay. If it's a hobby such as we meet, once a month or once every couple weeks or something for scrapbooking, and I get a chance to meet new people, and it's one night a week for only 2 hours or something, that's kind of a different thing. Do you feel what I'm saying? So some hobbies can get you involved in new circles of people that are going to assist you in your business. But if your hobbies are truly just you in your house, in the 4 walls of your home, and you're not meeting anybody, you might need to set that aside just for enough time to continue, to get your business built up to where you need it. Okay. So I want you to think about this for just a second. As I've been sharing all of this, have any of you, and honestly, have any of you went, man, that sounds like a whole lot of work. That just sounds like too much. That sounds like not enough fun. That sounds like I'm going to have to she's telling me to give up my life and everything. Did anybody think that? I certainly hope not, because for one, I'm not telling you to give up your life, but I am telling you that in order to have the business that you might want to have, in order to effectively be full-time or to, get to a point where you can be full-time, you're going to have some sacrificial months or even years of building this to where you can have that true financial freedom that you were hoping to get as a business owner. Okay. But it is not going to come if you truly are only investing, an hour here or an hour there to your business, especially for those of us who do not work outside of the home otherwise. Okay. We have no excuse. None. Okay. We have no excuse to not be working this. All right. So for those of you who, if anybody felt that way, if anybody felt like, oh my gosh, that sounds like so much work. Okay. Well, just remember, it's supposed to. It's a business. It's not a hobby. Hobbies cost you money. Businesses make you money. But in order to make money, you have to work. Okay. Because here's the thing. God never said that he would provide you a successful business with maximum results and minimal effort. But he did promise that you will reap what you sow. Now it's up to you to determine whether or not you have been sowing enough to even get a harvest. Okay, so that is what I had for you all today. I hope that it helped you in some way. Maybe it was an eye-opener for you. Maybe it was I don't really know what to make of this. I don't know, but I hope that it touched you in some way, shape, or form, and that hopefully it will help you and assist you in really taking a honest look at your business, what you're currently doing with it, and whether or not you have been giving yourself excuses to not do as much as you could be. All right. Y'all, my husband works his tail off. He already works 40 hours a week, and he works hard. His job is physically demanding. Okay. But even he was saying this past weekend, you know what? I need to get over this, I've worked all day. I need to just be done. He's like, I need to not have that attitude because I need to be helping build Premier to where we need it to be. So this can be my full-time job. Okay. And so that is just kind of a mindset that we have been looking at is, yes, we might have to sacrifice some just relaxation time. We might have to sacrifice some TV time. We might have to sacrifice some game playing time or Facebook scrolling time. But it is going to be so worth it when this is able to be his full-time job as well, because y'all, then we get to work side by side. We don't have to worry about losing out on so much time together because of him currently having to work outside of the home. But in order to get there, we have debts that need paid off. You know what we need for debts to get paid off? We need income. We need money. So therefore, that means that I have to work. That might mean for him that in his own eyes, because of course I'm not going to put that on him, but in his own eyes, he wants to step up more and help more and find ways for us to be more productive together so that this can be our full-time jobs. Okay. So again, I hope that helps you. I hope it allows you to remember, we are to be reaching out to people on a regular basis. Now, don't be spammy. Okay, don't be spammy where you're just like, hey, want to book a show? Hey, want to book a show? Hey, want to book a show? Okay, not like that. And it's probably also not going to be a huge help to just blast it on Facebook and say, hey, y'all, so I'm short 10 shows for what I need to do. Chances are you're probably not going to get as much engagement on that post as you might hope for. So it's definitely going to be better to reach out to people, to just kind of reach out to people and say, hey, I don't even know if you know that this is what I do or not, but I just thought that I would quickly share with you what it is that I do, just in case I might ever be able to be of service to you in the future, or, hey, I thought of you and I didn't know, maybe you might be interested in getting some free jewelry. You want to gather a couple of girlfriends online next week and just see what it is that we have to offer? Different things like that, okay? But whatever you do, reach out to new people. Contact those people that maybe said months ago that, oh, maybe sometime they would be interested. Contact those hostesses that you haven't talked to or heard from in quite a while. Maybe they were some of your very first hostesses and you have lost contact with them. Reach back out. Get outside of your house and look people in the eye and talk to them. Say hello. Find vendor events in your area. Find events that are going on in your community and get out and meet people. Okay? So that's what I have for you. Again, I'm going to let y'all scooch. So thank you so very much for joining me today. I will be getting this uploaded on YouTube here shortly. So if you have anyone who's not a part of this group that you think might enjoy hearing this message, you will be able to share that then as soon as I get that link up, and I will put it up in the captions. So thank you guys so very much. I've missed y'all. I appreciated seeing you here today. And just God bless. Love y'all.